I don't really like drama like this, but have you ever felt like you were really, really close with someone for a long time? And in fact, maybe you never knew them at all. In my group of friends, there is this couple who's been together since high school. We really thought they would never, ever break up, right? Till the end, right? Wrong. Bear in mind, me and all my friends find this out in hindsight, so let me take you back. So this couple, let's call them Billy and Billie Jean. Billy was always that golden retriever personality in the room, like, you know, the kind of guy. And about Billie Jean, I guess you could say she was a little intimidating when you first saw her, but really she was the sweetest person ever. You just had to get to know her. Resting bitch face girl, I know how it feels. So I'm having like a little daytime get together at my place and Billy's there. Billie Jean isn't. That's fine. He says something about her not being able to come. So we're just chatting about the year and I ask him if he has any exciting plans and he says he's actually ring shopping for Billie Jean. So I'm gassed. All of our friends are obviously gassed. This tiny little garden party I was having turns into an engagement party. Billie Jean isn't even there. So the party ends, everyone kind of filters out, and I decide to text Billie Jean about how her day went, and, you know, we missed you at the party, girl, but trying to keep it inconspicuous because, you know, she's getting engaged, I don't want to ruin it. And she's, like, distraught, and I can't figure out why. And then I start talking to her about the party and that we missed her and stuff, and she was like, wait, Billy went to the party? Yeah, girl, of course he did. You were both invited. Billie Jean's like, no, girl, I understand, but we broke up this morning. And then he went round to your house to talk about engagement rings with all my friends, knowing I had just broken up with him. What? Girl, I don't care about the party. Why did you break up? You guys are endgame. Like, you're the only stable relationship in my life. So it turns out the morning of this party, Billie Jean discovers years of infidelity on Billy's part. When I say that, I mean pretty much as soon as they started dating. And these guys have been together nearly a decade. Billy had been on dating apps. Billy had multiple Instagram accounts, multiple phones even. He had Instagram accounts where Billie Jean was blocked, where he had entire relationships with other women. Not flings, entire girlfriends that Billie Jean didn't know about. He had gotten away with it for years and years. And the only reason that Billie Jean ever found out was because a girl came up to her in public and said, oh, I know you. You're Billy's cousin. You're in all his pictures. Cousin? Billie Jean is like to this girl, what are you talking about? I'm his girlfriend. I've been his girlfriend for 10 years. And this girl, let's call her Diana, said, no, I asked about who you were in these pictures. And he said, oh, this is my family and that's my cousin there. And he pointed at you. Not only had this man been confronted with all of this in the morning, he then came to my house in the afternoon to play nice with all of our friends one last time. Basically, the long and short of the aftermath is we just never saw Billy again. At least he understood that he was completely in the wrong and there wasn't any saving our friendships. Safely say that was probably the first time I looked back on a situation and went, wow, you had us all fooled. All of us, we didn't know you at all. Yeah, Karen, she joined a while ago, but surely she's not done that many seasons. 13? Karen Hauer is a Venezuelan professional dancer who's been performing on Strictly since 2012. I thought she'd been on the show a long time. Like, that is a long time, but I thought it was longer than that because she joined the show when I turned 18. I felt like I grew up with her anyway. Before she even went on Strictly, she was known to American audiences for competing on So You Think You Can Dance. This is actually her first husband, Matthew Hauer, and they auditioned together and made it through the first couple of rounds, but Matthew was eliminated while she went on to the live shows. Karen joins the show and is partnered up with Nikki Byrne from Westlife. They would compete in 10 dances together for a total of 400 possible points. They would rack up 266. What's that in a percentage for her very first season with Strictly? That's about 66.5%. Then she was partnered up with Dave Myers of the Hairy Bikers, who unfortunately passed away around this time last year. They would make it through 7 dances together, rack up 128 points. So what's that in a percentage? That's about 45.71%. Then Cameron will make it to 4th place with her celebrity partner, Mark Wright. They would compete in 15 dances together, plus that week where Donny Osmond was there, you see the theme, yeah, 610. They would rack up 487 points. Percentage? That's a success rate of 79.83%. Next, she'd be partnered up with Jeremy Vine. They would compete in 8 dances together and score 162 points. What's that in a percentage? That is 50.63%. Keep going. Then Karen was partnered up with singer Will Young. I think these guys would have had an amazing run on the show, but unfortunately Will decided to withdraw due to personal reasons. and we support him completely with that. So over those 3 weeks, they could have scored 120 points, and they scored 88. So percentage, that's about 73.33333333%. Next, she was partnered up with Simon Rimmer. They would compete in 6 dances together, score 106 points. What's that in a percentage? That's like 44.166666666%. For season 16 of the show, she was partnered up with Charles Venn. They would make it through 11 dances together, taking home 6th place, racked up 330 points. Percentage, that is 75% even. Keep going. Next, Karen was partnered up with Chris Ramsey. These guys would compete in 13 dances together and take home 4th place. They would score 351 points. Percentage, that's a success rate of 67.5%. The next season, Karen is partnered up with her long-lost twin, Jamie Lang. Now, Jamie was actually meant to compete in this season before. He'd been partnered up with a different professional and had made it through some training, but he'd injured himself, had to withdraw. He was meant to be partnered up with Oti Mabuse, and who was her replacement? Calvin Fletcher, who she'd go on to lift the glitter ball with. So I think it was pretty good that Jamie waited and got a new professional partner in Karen Hauer. Let's see how they did. They would compete in 12 dances together for a total possible score of 360. Remember, COVID, one less judge, 360 points. They would score 288. So what's that in a percentage? That gives them a strictly success rate of 80% even. She was partnered up with Greg Wise. They would only make it through 4 dances together and rack up 92 points in the process. So what's that in a percentage? That's about 57.5%. We're going to rattle through these last few, okay? Next, she was partnered up with comedian Jade Adams. They would make it through 5 dances together, score 137 points. Percentage, it's like 68.5%. Keep going. Next, she was partnered up with Eddie Cady. They would also compete in 5 dances together, racking up 125 points. What's that in a percentage? It's about 62.5%. Final season. This last season, she was partnered up with Paul Merson, who again made it through 5 dances together and racked up 93 points. Percentage time, that is 46.5%. Are you ready for the final strictly success score for Karen Hauer? Let's do the math. Over her 13 seasons with the show, she could have scored 4,050 points. And with her celebrity partners, she's racked up 2,653. So what's that in a percentage? That gives Karen a strictly success rate of 65.5%. Let's drop her into the leaderboard. So I've done this with 24 of the professional dancers on Strictly, and Karen lands at 23. She has like one of the longest tenure other than Anton and Brendan, so it makes sense. I can't wait to see her next year, assuming hopefully she comes back. But in the meantime, who should I do next? You don't have kids, do you? This is so unfair. Like, you should know that when parents are coming with their kids, like, it's difficult to rally all the kids on time, so you should hold the plane back, you know, for people with kids.
That is not our responsibility. Everyone else managed to get here on time.
You're an evil bitch.
At Heathrow Airport, London traffic, as usual, is causing problems.
I've missed it. I've missed it.
Check-in's now closed, I'm afraid.
No, I can't miss this flight. I can't. I ran all the way from the car park. There's so much traffic. Is there nothing you can do?
Unfortunately, it did take off on time. There's nothing I can do. I can transfer you on the next flight free of charge.
But that's not good enough. This ruins everything the other side. Are you sure the plane's gone? Really? It's gone?
This passenger has arrived nice and early for the 9:20 from Gatwick to Paris. But there's one small problem. She's arrived to Heathrow.
I'm early this time. Yeah, last time you didn't let me on because I wasn't 7 hours early for my flight or something. But I am on time today, you know.
So, ma'am, your flight's leaving from Gatwick, right?
Okay.
This is Heathrow Airport, not Gatwick.
And those aren't the same thing?
No, they're completely different airports.
So I'm at the wrong airport.
Yeah.
And what alcohol was it you wanted for your party tomorrow?
Oh, Malibu, if they've got it.
Yeah, sorry, can I also get that litre bottle of Malibu you've got behind? Are you buying that for her? Because I can't sell it to you if you are. No, it's for me. She's just paying for it. Oh no, I have ID. I'm 19. You can't do this, you know. You can't have your mother buy you alcohol for you when you're underage. It's illegal. She has her ID. I'm just going to pay for it. Oh, she needs to provide ID. Okay, she needs to provide ID or I'll have to kick both of you out. Ban you for life. Sorry, I'm literally getting my ID out of my phone case right this second. I'm not purchasing for an underage person. She has her ID. It's right there. Honestly, the general public just don't understand how stressful this job is. You can't come in without your ID and have your mother buy it for you. It's called a proxy sale. It's illegal. We'll get in. Sorry, hate to interrupt, but I have it like right here. It's in my hand. My ID. You don't understand. I'll be fined. I'll be fined £8 billion. I'll lose my job. They'll come after me specifically. Okay, I have my ID. Do you even want to see it at this point? Should we go Waitrose next time? Yeah. Good morning, thank you for calling customer service. Emily speaking, can I help? Well, finally you answered. I was beginning to think no one worked there. You know, I called all day yesterday with no answer. Fortunately, yesterday was Christmas Day, so we didn't have any operatives working. I am here ready to help you now. What can I help you with, ma'am? No, I'd like to talk about my inconvenience yesterday for the next 20 minutes first, please. Of course you would. So I emailed you at 3 p.m. on Tuesday, on Christmas Eve. Yes, but it was a very simple customer service question. Someone could have answered me before the end of the day. We don't always have the opportunity to answer immediately, so we'd probably be getting back to you today or tomorrow. So I email on Tuesday, and I'm supposed to not expect a response until Thursday, Friday. That's not good enough. If you'd like to ask your question now, ma'am, I'm sure I can find you an answer within a few minutes, and then you don't have to go through the back and forth like this. You understand this isn't good customer service. You can't leave a customer with an unanswered question for 3 business days. If you'd like to ask me the question right now, ma'am, I could answer it for you right now, in this moment, on the phone with you right now. Well, can't you find the email I sent? I would need to verify your ID. I would need to go through the history of emails because we've been getting a few over the Christmas period, not just yours. Okay, we'll do that then. Or you could just ask me the question now. I could just help you with that right now, because it might be something we can figure out together, and you might be able to find the answer yourself. So now you want me to do your job for you? That's rich. Was it a question regarding delivery times? Was it a question regarding your order? Well, I actually just wanted to confirm when my order would be delivered. See, it's a very simple question you could have answered. Yeah, with a very simple answer, it will be on your confirmation email. I made this order weeks ago, so I don't want to scroll up in my emails that much. Could you just tell me? You make this order via our app? Yes, I did. Your delivery time should also be the first thing you see when you open your app. It'll come up with your next scheduled order and when it's scheduled to be delivered. So I can just look at the app. Yeah, you can just. Why didn't you tell me that at the start? You would have saved us both a load of trouble here. If there's nothing else I can help you with, ma'am, I'm just going to disconnect the call now. If you hear large banging sounds, it's because I'm slamming the phone against my head. Have a great Boxing Day.
Well, Harold, I can see our plane there on the tarmac, so we've made it. It's fine we took that detour to Costa Coffee.
The 3 o'clock flight to Nice is ready to take off, but 2 passengers who have arrived 20 minutes late are demanding to be boarded.
So you're saying even though our plane is right there, I can see it, you're not going to let us get on because it was supposed to leave 20 minutes ago? But it's right there! No, so you are EasyJet! You're supposed to be making this easy for us. I mean, we've only got 5 pieces of hold luggage, 7 carries-on and a small snake to transport. It's not difficult. No, see, I really think we need to speak to a manager about this. Well, no, because I saw that the flight was delayed, so we went via Costa Coffee. You need a little coffee before you travel.
As the situation escalates, customer service representative Jane Bolton is called in to calm things down.
Look, I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but there's absolutely nothing I can do. I had a couple come a minute after departure and the captain will let them on. You guys are 30 minutes late. But we wouldn't be so late if we didn't have so much trouble at the parking. We're only half an hour late because of the issue with parking, not because of the little hot chocolate I bought. Look, I'm very sorry that you're late, but I can't accept just being in the general area as being here. You need to be at the check-in desk at the right time, your departure desk at the certain time, not just in the general area. You can't just say, well, I'm in the city of Bristol, so it's okay. You know, they call this EasyJet. They call it EasyJet, Harold. Don't think they really know what that word means.
Easy when you're on time.
Well, no, it's not easy, is it, Harold? Because now we have to get on a flight exactly 45 minutes later. We're going to miss a whole day in Paris.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?